Today, we sit down for another episode of Collections, Card Shops, and Collectors with a future Major League Baseball player for the Boston Red Sox. All right, what's going on YouTube? Card Collectors 2 coming at you here with a brand new video. And today we are back for another episode of Collections, Card Shops, and Collectors, where we sit down and highlight the best the hobby has to offer. Today, we're with my guy, Blaze Jordan. Blaze, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good to have you on here. Good to finally get in person and do one of these. I know we've talked about it for a little while, but it's good to actually meet you, sit down, and do this. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to be on too. I've been looking forward to this.
So I've got to start with this because I don't think I've ever told this story, but I remember where I was when you sent me a DM. And I'm very open on my channel that I'm not a huge baseball guy. Yeah. I don't really follow it. And I was sitting in my car getting back from lunch to go into the shop, and I saw a DM request, and it said, Blaze Jordan, I think it's 24, wants to send you a DM, and I'm like, well, I know who Blaze Jordan is, but like, this can't be real. Like, this has got to be one of those like spoof accounts, like Blaze Jordan super fan. I'm like, this has got to be someone else. And I click on it, and sure enough, you had sent me a DM, and we started talking. But it's cool that you're into cards and that we're here finally doing this. So. Oh
yeah, it was crazy because like I started getting the cards like when I started like signing them and all that. So like,
when was that?
That was in 2020, basically right after I got drafted, and they gave me those deals and stuff. So I had so ever since then, and I just looked on YouTube like how people are doing it, and I came across your channel, and I just started watching it, and see how y'all were doing and everything. And then ever since then, I just kind of got into cards. So
that's very cool, very cool. So did you, when you were growing up, were you into cards at all then?
I was not. No, I just I think my dad had like a couple, so like I knew like I think he had like a couple like old cards or something, but I don't think he like actually collected them either. It was just like passed down through family and stuff. So, but other than that, no, I really didn't. So
that's crazy. That's crazy. So you said that when you first got your deal with, it was Topps, I would assume. Yeah. So Topps is your first deal. What were the first cards you remember signing?
It was definitely the first Bowmans, and then it was just it was like the coolest thing ever because it was just, you knew that you were going to sign them and then they're going to be in like other people's hands and like other people are going to start collecting them and all that. So that was probably, it was just one of those things like you couldn't really believe it was real. It was like, It just felt weird because like you were seeing yourself like on a card and then you were going to like sit in the back and then all these other people are going to end up getting it. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, before we get too much into like what you collect and your card collecting journey, tell people a little bit about your baseball journey and what that has been like so far.
Yeah, so I really started really young. So I started around, I was playing t-ball at 3 years old. So I have an older brother, he's 24 now, and then he always played baseball. So I would always watch him growing up and everything. So I kind of followed him in his footsteps. And then just ever since then, I just played just all the way growing up. And then when I got to age 13, I think he was, well, that make him probably 16, 17 then, and I actually ended up playing up on his team, so that was a pretty cool moment. And then that's just kind of, ever since then, I just, like when I was young, just watched my brother play, I just knew it was what I wanted. I played football when I was like 8 or 9, but I just knew it wasn't for me. So, but other than that, then I ended up doing those Power Showcase videos, which a lot of people have seen and all that, and that's kind of how my name and everything got out there. And then it just kind of took off from there. It all kind of happened really fast and out of nowhere. So it kind of shocked me. But and then I always had dreams to play Major League Baseball, professional baseball. And then it came like really fast. So
that's always been the goal, is Major League. That's where you want to be. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, because like obviously like I wanted to play D1 baseball, and I was committed to Mississippi State. But when it came closer to time, I was like, professional baseball is something I really want to do. Like if it's in God's plan, that's just what I wanted to do. So, and then ended up happening, and I got put in a great organization. So
very cool, very cool. Now you talk about like the videos. I know what those are, but can you explain to maybe the audience that might not know what those are? What happened there? I think it's a cool story, and I think it's worth showcasing.
Yeah. So the first one I did, I was 11 years old. And I had no idea. Brian Domenico, the owner of the Power Showcase, he came up to us. It was in Orlando, Florida. We were doing some tournament down there. And then he was like, hey, I think your son would be good for a home run derby thing. And it was going to be in Dallas, Texas at the Texas Ranger Stadium. And then so I talked to my dad. I was like, hey, I think that'd be super fun and everything. And then some of my other buddies were going. And then I ended up going and everything. And then I ended up hitting a ball over the Texas Ranger Stadium when I was 11. And then it was like ever since then, it was just kind of like that video took off. And then I kept going back every year after that. And then when I kind of really took off was when I was 13, and then I went back to Texas, and then I hit a ball 500 feet. And then obviously it wasn't with the wood bat or anything, but it was with one of those drop 5 bats. But it was one of those moments that's kind of like all the videos kept going everywhere. I would go on Instagram and I would refresh my feed, and it was just like everything was just popping up. It was going crazy, and I was like, I'm 13 years old. I didn't know what to do. And I would show up to school, and my friends were like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. I was like, it's just happening. And then I went all the way up until I was, I think, 15. And then I competed in the college one. And I think I missed the final round of that one by like 1 home run. And then I ended up winning like the senior class one of the high school one. But I competed in both in the same year. So.
What was the one you won in Progressive Field?
That was so it was like a major league thing. So they took like all the seniors and that were like, just around the country and stuff, like the most powerful hitters and everything. And then, so you got like an invitation. And then when I got the invitation, like I've heard of it before, obviously, but that was probably one of the coolest moments of my life, because they put us in the locker room with all the big league guys, and then you were just like, so you're surrounded by all these superstars. I got to be like Mike Trout and like all them, like all the guys I got to look up to. And then being able to hit in front of 40,000 people, that was like, I was nervous at first, but like obviously like when I was in the box, like I didn't hear anything. Like it was just kind of like I was so zoned in and everything. And then I went up against AJ Vukovic, and he's with the Diamondbacks right now, and he's off to a great start in his career. So look, I was able to end up pulling it out though by 1 home run in the last second. So and that was a pretty cool moment because all my family and stuff was there, and
that's awesome.
Everything. So
very, very cool. Yeah, that's cool. I remember reading about that and said that I thought it said he had two balls 500 feet. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I hit one off the scoreboard in left field, and that was probably the coolest one I probably hit, because we had like a preliminary round, and like I was trying to do that the whole time. I didn't do it, but I guess like the adrenaline going like with all the people there, like I guess
yeah, that's
awesome. It helped me a little bit. So
let me. So you got into cards. You've been in it for 2.5, 3 years now. What does Blaze Jordan collect?
I collect a lot of my buddies and stuff that like I just play with, like especially like now, like Marcelo, and then like Brainer Bonusy, like just guys that have been on my team and all that. And then I also collect guys who I think is going to be like really good. And then like I get to see, like obviously I get to see them play a lot because like I play against them and all that. So that helps a little bit. And then also collect like some guys that like I watched growing up, like. I just actually recently purchased a Miguel Cabrera card that was signed, and that was one of my bigger ones that like I knew I wanted because I always watched him growing up. And then so that's how I just kind of go about it. I collect a lot of baseball, and then
that makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah, but really the only basketball player I collect is Zion, and that's just because like I knew of him in high school, and then I just watched all of his highlights and stuff in high school, so I was like, this is just cool to collect him. So
is this some of your collection?
Yeah, this is just a few cards. So
what'd you bring?
This is a Ken Griffey Jr. It's authentic auto, and then it's the 1989 Upper Deck, and then like obviously like I didn't get to see him play or anything, but like just watching the highlights and everything I filmed, that was just one guy that I really love his swing and everything. So
yeah, a very iconic card too, right? The 89 Upper Deck is probably one of the more iconic baseball cards.
Yeah, and then the next one I got is 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout, which a lot of people know of, and it's a very common card, but it's just one of those things, like just to be able to have like a rookie card of Mike Trout. It's just kind of because like obviously like I think he's probably one of the best players of all time, probably top 5 for sure. And then this was another one that was missing, Zion Williamson. Yeah, I just picked this up the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it was probably like a week ago or so, and then it's the red, white, and blue prism.
Okay.
It's like I said, like I don't watch basketball a lot. It was just one of those things. I just watched his highlights growing up, so it was something I wanted to pick up. And then this one's pretty cool because he just won the World Series, and he went to my high school. So
Did he really?
Yeah, he played third base at DeSoto Central here in South Haven. So he.
I heard that's a popular. That's a big time baseball school.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, we have a lot of professional guys that came out of there and played Division I baseball and all that. So, and then this is his rookie card, 2019 Topps Chrome autograph out of 150, I think.
Yeah, blue.
Yeah, it's 150.
Cool.
And then I had to pick that one up just because like.
Yeah, sure. Same high school.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And then this one was the one I was talking about earlier with Miguel Cabrera, his 2000 Topps rookie card, and it's autographed. And I usually try to get like 10s in my cards, but like with some of these guys, like they're so expensive. Like I'm just like
Sure.
I gotta. And I think that's like one of the bigger things for me. Like if it's like someone I collect, like if I don't care what grade it is, like
Yeah,
it doesn't
sure.
matter. Like if and like I like to get a lot of my stuff like already autographed and stuff because like
sure.
that means they usually like held the card and all that.
Yeah.
So. And then this one, I don't really have like a ton of meaning behind it, but I just know like from watching like a lot of people's videos, this is a 1933 Gaudi Trish Speaker, and I was trying to find a 1933 Gaudi with the yellow background, like in the price range that I wanted to spend, and then I fell on this Trish Speaker, and he's a Hall of Famer and everything, so I just thought it was pretty cool, and I just always loved this card for some reason. I don't know, because I think. Like seeing the ones of like Babe Ruth and people always picking them up, but obviously that's a little bit expensive, so I ended up getting one of these. So, but these are some of my favorite ones. So
yeah, some very very cool stuff here. Definitely some variety. Now what's in the other pile? Because I think this is cool too.
Yeah, so this is all me, and I was telling him earlier I was trying to collect like kind of my rainbow, which is going to take a lot of time, but this one.
Transcendent?
I obviously like that it's not my first Bowman or anything, but I just wanted to pick it up because I like the chrome gold like borders and everything, so I had to pick that up. And then I'll try to put these in order here kinda, so
you got the green as a 10, you got the speckle, you got a 910 base, refractor, you got the yellow, the blue, the sky foil, which is signed by you.
Yeah, so I bought this one on eBay. I signed it and then I sent it off to PSA. And then I think I bought these two and then sent them in the PSA. I sent that one in the PSA and then the rest of them. This one was gifted to me. There's a guy. He was in Arkansas. He's good friends with my family friend, and he has like all my cards. Like he has like the out of 5 and all that, and so I was there like because he wanted me to show his collection, or wanted me to see his collection of me. And then I was walking out and he was like, "Here, you can have this." I was like, "Oh, dang." And then, so that was my first one of myself that was like graded, and that was my first Bowman. That was an on-card auto. That was the first one I ever got. So, and then but this is what I have so far, and I'm trying to work on just collecting them, and then
getting some more.
Yep, and then hopefully they'll go up in value one day. So, which I would never sell them, but
I sure hope so. Yeah,
that'll always be a good.
We were talking about this. This is personally one of my favorites. For those of you that watch the vlogs, you would have seen this. We picked this up. I was telling Blaze about this earlier. I picked this up in Boston. Right. I don't do a lot of baseball, but since Blaze and I have connected over the years, I picked up your stuff, and I thought this was cool. That obviously I root for you. It's the red, the team color match. I picked it up in Boston. Just thought that was really cool. So, like you said, hopefully one day this is a big time card. But I know we were talking about it earlier. What I just think would be cool to give some insight to the audience. Who are some of the guys that you've watched play in? What is it? Single A?
Yeah.
What is it? A high? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, I'm in high A right now.
High A. So who are some of the guys that you've seen, that you've played with, that you're like looking forward to seeing what they do at the next level?
Oh, one guy I would have to, which I mean I'm kind of biased because he was my roommate and everything, and I play with him, and he plays beside me every day, is Marcel Mayer, and it's just one of those things, just getting to see how he goes about it every day, and and he's a great guy. Also works his tail off, and then just being able to watch how he plays day in and day out, I think he's gonna be something really special, and I think he's gonna be a future star in my opinion.
Have you picked anything up of him?
I have. I picked the aqua lava refractor thing, the green. They're the new ones this year. I picked that one up. It was like a PSA 9, and I just picked up one of his. And then I picked the same one up of Jordan Waller too, of the same card.
Another card collector.
Yep. So I picked up one of those too, and I think that's another guy that has a really, which obviously he plays on the West Coast because all their minor league stuff's on the West Coast, so like, I don't get to see him play as much, but like he's a great guy. Like we've connected sometimes too, and then just watching videos and stuff. I think he's gonna be a real stud. So
that's awesome. Now, you've picked up a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of we've only seen a portion of your collection, but it's really, really unique. What's your Grail card? If Blaze Jordan could pick up one card for the PC right now, what do you think it would be?
Ooh, that's tough.
That's not, I guess I should say not Blaze Jordan, because I know your auto Superfractor and your non-auto Superfractor have not surfaced. Yeah. But if you could pick up a card of anyone else not Blaze Jordan, what would it be? I
would probably have to say the Topps Mickey Mantle card. The
52 Topps Mantle?
Yeah. It just have to be that, and I think it's just because like it just is what it
is.
It
is what it is.
Yep. So and I think it just speaks for itself. Like I just think that would be. Like that'd be crazy. So.
Doesn't need an introduction. Yeah. It's to me. I'm lucky enough to own one. It's doesn't need an introduction. It's in my eyes, it's always been the baseball card. So yeah, very cool card for sure. All right. So as we wrap it up here, I always ask everybody we interview one question. You're going towards Major League Baseball. You've been very successful at a young age. A lot of cool stuff. But if you were starting over right now, right, you go back in time before you've ever played any baseball that you've played professionally now, what would be the piece of advice you would give your younger self?
Enjoy every single little moment of when I was younger, like playing with my friends and all that, just being in the hotel with all my buddies and stuff. And I think that was like I think I was like stressing so much of putting myself in the position I am now instead of just enjoying every moment and especially like around like school and stuff, like around here, like I would like take time like off. I would never take like enough time off to go like see my friends and do stuff with them like I wish I would have, because like I was always had my mindset on one thing and I was just to get where I am today. And then I think I could have definitely ended up being in the same position I am today, even with enjoying other stuff like that. So that's kind of the biggest thing that I try to took is now, just don't put too much pressure on yourself, because in the long run, it just kind of like wears you down a little bit. Yeah. So I think that would be one thing that I'll probably tell myself. So. All
right. So if people want to check you out, they want to follow you in your journey up to the big leagues, where can they find you?
My Instagram is BlazeJordan24. And then my Twitter is Blaze_J24. And then I try to post regularly there, especially, but during the off season I don't post a lot because I don't have much to post. So, but during the season I usually keep everybody updated. So.
Very cool. All right. Well, I wish you nothing but the best, and cannot thank you enough for coming on here, spend some time with us.
Thank you. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Appreciate you, Blaze. Thank you. That's all I got for now, guys. See you next time.